What's going on, guys? It's your boy MMA-Kreese-King coming back to you with another video. And today, man, listen, we are going to be talking about the DC universe, the DCU, the DC, the Snyder. We're going to be talking about all of that. We're going to be talking about all of that. We're going to be talking about all of that today. We're going to be talking about all of that today. Now, once again, as you guys know, that Warner Brothers is for sale. Warner Brothers is for sale. Warner Brothers is for sale. And because Warner Brothers is for sale, these are the candidates so far that are in the running to buy Warner Brothers. You have Paramount, the that's really good with entertainment. They got like the Scream franchise, Grease franchise. What else? Uh, and they also got the what else? Landman, all those franchises over there. SpongeBob SquarePants, like so pretty much it's like kind of like Nickelodeon-ish. That's where the MCU, the first phases of the MCU was like fear phase one of the MCU, and I believe phase two of the MCU was with Paramount for a little bit. So, so if you're a DC fan, this would be pretty good if Paramount buys it because they kind of know how to do superhero movies. So you got that. Then you got Netflix. Okay, Netflix. Um, they got enough money to just give you the FU money. Of course they just want the IP. So because what the thing with Netflix is, it's just a streaming service, but they're lacking in the IP. I mean, because shows like Cobra Kai, Stranger Things, Wednesday, and other things are on there, but it's not enough to like have grass. Even though they got a variety of everything, I think they want their own type of IP. So if they get Harry Potter, the DCU, or any of these other companies, any of these IPs in Warner Brothers, which they're just gonna just want the IP. They're gonna definitely want HBO Max, so or in Netflix probably put it into one app, and then you could just cross platform, and you probably get the Sopranos on Netflix or something like that, or get like all the Batman movies or whatever stuff like that on Netflix. But my only drawback is with Netflix, oh, and also the positive thing with Paramount is into the theaters, whereas Netflix, since they are a company, a streaming company, a convenience company, you saw with K-pop Demon Hunters. Depending on how popular the movie is, I'm not sure if they'll put most of these movies in theaters. So you got to look at that on why Netflix, if they was to buy. And then you got, I believe, Comcast. So Comcast is teaming up with Saudi Arabia. From what I'm hearing, from what I'm looking up. Of course, I will put some links in the bio, so you can look up some of this. Um, and with them, the Saudis have already stated, saying that if they were to buy Warner Brothers, James Gunn is out, and guess what? Allegedly, they are going to restore the Snyderverse. So, Snyder fans are happy. Gun Gooners, not so happy. So the Snyder cultists, they get their stuff. The Snyder fans, or you know what? I'm not even gonna use those derogatory terms against fandom. All right, Snyder fans, Snyder Bros, whatever. They're gonna be able to, maybe get that last part. They might be able to get that last part of what Zack Snyder want with his vision, because lately Zack Snyder has been on a ball right now. He's been putting out photos of the Snyderverse, photos of of Henry Cavill's Superman, Jared Leto's Joker, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and then you also got Ben Affleck as Batman. That's what's going on right now. So if Saudi Arabia and Comcast team up and buy the IP of Warner Brothers, because they can buy like they from what I've been looking up, and some of these Hollywood sources are saying that Warner Brothers, Saudi Arabia is willing to at least get a trip, like have a upwards of $1 trillion, not billion, trillion. Okay, $1 trillion. So that's definitely that oil, fu money. They just say whatever the price is. Now, my thoughts. Okay, so me personally, okay, although this is good. However, I'm a little iffy, as an American, that like our American franchises are going to be overseas, controlled by foreign entities or whatever. Not to get a little too political or whatever, but yeah, Saudi Arabia lately has been buying a lot of entertainment because I believe that the Saudi prince, I think he did a lot of studying in America. I could be wrong. I think he studied in America and the UK. And so like he's understanding entertainment culture. Like Saudi, he understands that, hey, you're not going to be able to use oil forever. So you need to have another income stream. So entertainment. So if you notice with Saudi Arabia, they have been pushing concerts. They've been pushing MMA and boxing events out in Saudi Arabia. And same thing with Dubai. Like the Middle East in general, they're starting to open up a little bit more. They're starting to be more open minded on culture. I mean, Western culture. They're not gonna go too far. They ain't gonna accept the rainbow people. Like I'm letting you know, they ain't gonna accept the rainbow people. They'll throw you off the roof before they'll accept the rainbow people. So that's where they're gonna draw that line. But as far as entertainment wise or whatever, they love boxing. They love MMA. They're doing um parks, theme parks. I know in Dubai that they're about to make a dragon. No, Saudi Arabia, they're about to make a Dragon Ball world. They're about to bring Dragon Ball Z to Saudi Arabia. I mean, like that's awesome. Whatever. So, this could be a good thing, and this could be a bad thing. But just going back to let's just specifically talk about DC real quick. So with DC, Cosmic Book News, shout out to them. Matt McGarglin was talking about James Gunn and Zack Snyder might be teaming up because lately James Gunn has been like pushing this Man of Tomorrow movie like no crazy. He's been going crazy with the marketing. He's like saying like I Brainiac, Lex Luthor, Superman. Now they're saying that Wonder Woman might be in this movie, and because it like I think he's on the chopping block. I think James Gunn is on the chopping block. I think, shout out to my man, Angry Badger. Angry Badger, I believe that you're right. I think you're going to be right about this, sir. By the way it's going, it ain't looking good for James Gunn. Now, as an avid James Gunn fan, actually, I'm a fan of all these guys in the thumbnail and different things when it comes to their superhero movies. My suggestion is let's just say Saudi Arabia just buys Warner Brothers and they just get rid of the DC. I mean, let's just say James Gunn is out, but he's not completely out. You know, I think, and I think, I think this will be good for DC fans. What if you got James Gunn? Okay, once again, James Gunn. I like the James Gunn Superman movie. James Gunn Superman movie. Here we go. James Gunn right here. James Gunn, right here. James Gunn Superman. DCU teams up with the DCEU, Zack Snyderverse, right here. Of course, we got Matt Reeves. and his crime saga with the Batman. With the I chose to bring up the Penguin because I thought the Penguin was better than the Batman movie, in my honest opinion. And then Christopher Nolan has been been on doing the same thing, spreading the message with Zack Snyder. Have him be executive producer over there at Warner Brothers, and all four of them just team up to make one DC universe. Now, if they do it like that, I think every DC fan wins because you're gonna get a little bit of everything. Snyder fans, be their Elseworld universe. You get your little Snyder fan thing, like, hey, you get to finish out the vision. James Gunn, if they have the DCU or whatever, he'll be able to complete his vision and do whatever he wants to do in his universe. And, and maybe he gets some pointers from Matt Reeves. He could get some pointers from Zack Snyder. He could get some points from Christopher Nolan. Um, have Christopher Nolan being the visionary or whatever, just like have some type of plan or whatever. And, what else? I think that's it. I think if all four of these men come together as one, I think they can make a cohesive DC universe, in my opinion. And I think that's all DC fans want is just we want something good. We want DC to do good, okay? That's it. That's all we wanted, man. That's all we wanted as a fan, okay? We're tired of DC getting rebooted. We're tired of DC having different entities all over the way over the place, and it's just it's just messing everything up. Okay? I think if they just say hey, you know what? Matt Matt Reeves, Zack Snyder, James Gunn, Christopher Nolan, all four of them come together, we can have a solid universe. But that's just my opinion on this whole entire Saudi Arabia thing. Definitely this Thursday, we are gonna have our boy Ronan the Crusader on. Definitely have some big news for everybody for that one. So yes, like, share, and subscribe, and you have a nice day. Peace out. Bye.